You checked the mirror this morning. You looked fine. Maybe even good. Hair sat right. Face looked like your face. Then a few hours later, someone tags you in a photo from that exact same morning. Same shirt, same light, and the person in that photo is a stranger. A slightly worse-looking stranger wearing your clothes. Same day, same face, two completely different people. So which one is the real you? And more importantly, why does one of them make you want to throw your phone across the room? This is one of those tiny everyday things almost nobody stops to actually explain. We just quietly decide the camera hates us and move on. But there's a real answer here, and it's stranger and honestly more comforting than "you're just not photogenic." So let's overthink it properly. Start with the mirror, because the mirror is where the whole misunderstanding begins. Every mirror you have ever looked into shows you flipped. Left becomes right. Right becomes left. Raise your right hand, and the person in the glass raises their left. You know this, but you've never really sat with what it means. The face you think of as your face is a face that does not exist to anyone but you. Think about how many times you've seen that flipped face. Every morning, every bathroom, every shop window, every phone camera flipped to selfie mode, tens of thousands of times. You have studied that reversed face more than you've studied any other object on the planet. It is the most familiar image in your entire life. And a camera, a normal, honest photo, shows you the opposite of it. Now here's why the flip actually matters. And it's not just an abstract left-right thing. No human face is symmetrical. Not one. One eyebrow always sits a little higher. One eye is slightly larger. Your nose leans a touch to one side. Your smile pulls stronger to the left or the right. In the mirror, all of those little imbalances sit exactly where you expect them, because you've memorized them that way. But flip that face, which is what a camera does, and every single one of those quirks jumps to the wrong side. The higher eyebrow is now on the other eye. The crooked smile pulls the wrong way. Nothing is objectively worse. It's the same face, same features, same you. But your brain has spent your whole life expecting them on one side, and now they're mirrored, and it quietly screams, "That's not right." You can't say why. It just feels off. That off feeling is the entire problem. Now flip your perspective one more time to everyone else. Your friends, your family, strangers on the street. None of them have ever seen the mirror version of you. Not once. The only face they know is the unflipped one, the one in the photo. To them, that is your face. The one you can't stand is the one the entire rest of the world thinks of as simply you. And there's a beautiful little experiment that proves this. Back in 1977, researchers showed people two photos of themselves, one normal and one flipped to look like their mirror image. Then they asked which one they liked more. Overwhelmingly, people preferred the mirror version, the one they were used to. But when they showed those same two photos to the person's friends, the friends preferred the normal one. Everyone picked the version they'd seen most. You and your friends are, quite literally, in love with two different faces. Psychologists call this the mere exposure effect. And it's not just about faces. It's one of the deepest quirks in the human brain. The more we see something, the more we like it. Songs, logos, people, faces. Familiarity itself feels good. It feels safe. So the reason you prefer your mirror face isn't vanity. It's the same instinct that makes you like a song more the third time you hear it. You've just heard your reflection 10,000 times, okay? So the flip explains why photos feel wrong. But it doesn't fully explain why some photos look genuinely, objectively bad, like the ones where your nose has apparently staged a takeover of your entire face. Because here the camera actually is doing something to you. This part isn't in your head. It comes down to something called focal length. Basically, how close the lens is to your face and how wide it's seeing. When you hold a phone at arm's length for a selfie, the lens is incredibly close to you, and when a lens is that close, it exaggerates whatever's nearest to it. Your nose is the closest thing. So your nose gets bigger, your forehead balloons a little, and your ears, further away, shrink back. The camera stretches you like a funhouse mirror, just subtly enough that you don't notice the cause, only the ugly result. Here's the proof it's the lens and not your face. Take the exact same photo, but instead of holding the phone close, step back a few feet and zoom in. Suddenly your features snap back into normal proportion. Same face, same light, same everything, but now it looks right. Photographers know this cold. It's why portrait photographers stand back and use a long lens. It flatters everyone. The unflattering selfie was never about you. It was geometry doing what geometry does. Now let's talk about light, because light might be doing more damage than anything else. Your face is a landscape of tiny bumps and hollows, and light decides which ones you see. Overhead light, like the light in almost every bathroom on Earth, comes straight down. It drops shadows into your eye sockets, under your nose, under your chin. It carves out every line and hollow. It's basically the worst possible lighting for a human face. And it's the light you judge yourself under every single morning. Compare that to soft light coming from in front and slightly above. A big window, an overcast sky, the golden hour just before sunset. That light wraps around your face and fills in the shadows instead of digging them out. It's why you look incredible in some restaurant bathrooms and like a ghoul in others. It's not the mirror having opinions about you. It's the bulb above it. This is also the secret behind that one mirror. You know the one. Maybe it's at a certain store or a friend's hallway, and you always look amazing in it. You've probably assumed that mirror is showing the real you, and everything else is lying. Sorry. That mirror just has good lighting, a flattering angle, and, very often, a slight tilt or a subtle curve that stretches you a little taller and slimmer. It's not more honest, it's more generous. Every mirror is editing you a little. Some just edit in your favor. There's one more thief, and it's the sneakiest of all. Photos freeze time. In the mirror, you are never still. You're constantly, unconsciously adjusting. Tilting your chin, shifting your weight, relaxing your jaw, finding your angle. You're a movie of yourself, always catching the best frame. A photo doesn't do that. A photo grabs one random hundredth of a second and makes it permanent. Mid-blink, mid-word, mid-weird expression. Nobody on Earth looks good in a random frozen hundredth of a second. You just never had to see yourself that way before cameras existed. This is also why a lot of people hate video of themselves even more than photos. Video has the frozen frame problem and the flip problem, and it adds your voice, which, thanks to the bone in your skull carrying sound differently, also doesn't match the voice in your head. So on video, you get a mirror-flipped, oddly lit, weirdly moving stranger who also sounds wrong. It's a perfect storm of unfamiliarity. No wonder people flinch. And now the part that's less about optics and more about you. Even correcting for all of it, the flip, the lens, the light, the frozen frame, you are still far, far harsher on your own face than anyone else is. When you look at a photo of yourself, you don't see a face. You see a checklist. You zoom straight to the one thing you've always been insecure about, and you inspect it under a microscope. Nobody else does this. When your friends see that same photo, they see you, the whole, familiar, moving idea of you, in about a tenth of a second, and then they move on. They are not counting your pores. You are. Social media pours gasoline on all of this, because the faces you scroll past all day aren't real reference points. They're the single best frame out of hundreds, shot on a good lens, in perfect light, and then edited. You're comparing your random frozen bathroom hundredth of a second against everyone else's carefully chosen highlight. That's not a fair fight. That's not even the same sport. So here's a fair question. If the mirror is flipped, the selfie is distorted, the photo is frozen, and the highlight reel is fake, is there any way to see what you actually look like? And the slightly unsettling answer is, not really, not perfectly. The closest you can get is probably a video, shot from a few feet back, in soft, natural light, when you've forgotten the camera is even there. That's the version closest to what the world walks past every day. And here's the thing. The people who see that version, they're not wincing. They're just seeing you. Which brings us to the reframe that should genuinely take some weight off. There is no single true face. There's the mirror you, the photo you, the video you, the you at golden hour, the you under a bathroom bulb, and every one of them is equally real. Your brain has just decided that the one it sees most is the correct one, and quietly filed all the others under wrong. But familiarity isn't accuracy. The face you dislike isn't the ugly one. It's just the one you haven't gotten used to yet. So the next time a photo makes you flinch, remember, everyone you love made peace with that exact face a long, long time ago. They see it, they like it, they don't think about it twice. You're the only person on the entire planet still standing at the mirror, arguing with a reflection that was never the real thing anyway. Maybe it's time to let the argument go.